Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I was going to go ahead. Gosh darn it, his start. I was going to go ahead and do some dungeon tests to kind of follow through in the dungeon we just did. But I've changed my mind. Let's go ahead and finish up some of the zone. And then we'll get back to that, because I want to kind of take some time to really dig into the follower dungeon a little bit more. I actually already ran the dungeon 4 times off camera to kind of gather some data on that. We'll come back to that.
I will listen.
So last we saw, Raytheon stomped off on a huff. These eggs represent a new generation of dragonkind. They must be protected and fostered, yet my heart aches and I worry for Raytheon. I fear his stubborn determination will lead to folly. You have been a trusted friend over the years. Maybe you can go in my place and help him. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I like, I've actually talked about this before. You can reasonably assume by the time which we reach, now, Dragonflight, that we're on a first-name basis and actually are considered friends with several characters. But the thing is, I have to say that like that. You can assume that. Dragonflight and War Within are the first times that the game actually acknowledged that most of these people are probably on a first-name basis with us. It's a small little personal touch that I do actually enjoy. It's very, dare I say, FF14.
Please, find Rathian. He will need your aid if we are to renew the Obsidian Oathstone.
Oh, right, really quick. Pull this out here.
How's it going? I just love working with the public.
What's funny is we're arguably higher tier than most of them at this point, too. But I get your point now.
I have gathered the Black Talon, and we are preparing to take back the Obsidian Citadel. Your presence on this mission is most welcome. The Drakthir are formidable soldiers.
Something you'd like,
the
right,
Obsidian
Rathian?
Citadel may hold secrets of my people's past. I would not miss a chance to reclaim it.
We meet again, champion.
Champion, your arrival is most fortuitous. With you here now, my plan will almost certainly succeed.
Every action has consequences.
Sir Viles, good to see you again. Raytheon aided us after we awakened from our long stasis, and now it's our turn to help him. But first, there's things you must know. After we left the Reach, I was granted visions by Nozdormu, the Timeless One. He showed me many truths about the dragons, Neltharion's fate, and our people's origins.
Fair skies.
Let me tell you of the 3rd vignette. The one I've seen.
Nozdormu, wait! You have led me through all these moments in time. Yet now you ask me to guide you?
There is a blind spot in my vision of a time before Neltharion's corruption, and I believe it centers upon you. I must know why. Seek him out in your memory.
It was my honor to command a battalion. We executed Neltharion's will precisely. Our devotion and discipline were unmatched.
A Titan artifact. That must be the source of your unity. This was an ancient magic that bound you to his will. Would you not sacrifice yourselves at his whim?
We were soldiers. There were many threats to the world. And here was the greatest. The Primalists.
That is Razageth, the Storm Eater. One of the leaders of the Primalist Rebellion.
He struck without warning, without honor, and I lost many friends this day. We fell back, regrouped. Then, everything became jumbled, confused.
The artifact destroyed, and the order magic which had united the Drakthir was dispelled. How then was Razageth defeated? This is what you hid from us. The moment you fell from grace. In his desperation, he turned to the deepest evil. The power of the old gods. If only we had known.
But then, why were we imprisoned? Why did we sleep for so long?
If he could no longer control the Drakthir, he would have deemed you a risk.
No. We laid down our lives for him. He was proud of us. Why would he... Stop this sand! I cannot see!
Because you do not want to. Yet you can only become more than you are if you confront your past.
So he locked us away. Forgot we even existed. It would have been kinder to simply destroy us.
I am sorry, my young friend. We had to know the truth. But do not despair. I now believe that Neltharion locked you away because of what you might become.
What we might achieve, free of his control.
And now, you are free.
Took a minute.
This world has much to offer, and you will have a part to play in the events to come.
You spoke of an ancient enemy's return. It is Razageth and the Primalists. That is why we were awakened.
It seems that Neltharion yet had a purpose for you, but he is gone. You must decide which path you will take, which story you will tell.
My story will be my own.
Can I just say, Neltharion having a control chip for his extremely loyal minions is extremely on brand for Neltharion. Not even Deathwing. Deathwing was different, but Neltharion was always a control freak. The fact that he sealed him away pretty much the moment he lost that control is also extremely on brand for him. Dude had issues. We'll see more of those in the future. But one of the things I liked about this expansion is it added some honest-to-goodness characterization for someone who's been part of the lore since Warcraft 2. Yeah, he has to, exactly as even, he has to be 100% certain. If I don't have total and absolute control over you, then I don't know what you're going to do. Like, I've been mind controlling Mr. Red to play Lotro lately, but if he breaks free for even a second, he might play a good game. I know, God, it's so messed up, Booth. And yeah, once again, clone troopers. God. Yeah, I'm gonna... I don't have much else to say about Neltharion yet, but let's just say when we get to here, we're gonna have a lot to talk about Neltharion. Good lord. Yeah, those go up today, don't they, Mr. Red? The 64-bit servers? Okay.
Let us begin. Stay true.
Now you know the truth, Sir Viles. The past is the past. Now we must look for one another, for all Drakthir.
We will find our fate.
Attacking Jard and controlling the Obsidian Citadel will be no easy task. Even with Raytheon and his Black Talon forces, this will be a fierce battle. Raytheon may be confident, but I am not so certain. Perhaps we can speak to those helping to plan the strategy, see if we can find any room for improvement.
Stay true.
I have been expecting you. The Black Talon are always watching.
For years, I have fostered the Black Talon, teaching and encouraging them to pursue the same heights you have reached. Yeah, remember, we kind of encouraged him on that back in Pandaria. They might not achieve the same lofty goals as yours, but they are accomplished in their own right. They've made me proud. Each would be honored if you test their skills. I think you'll see some of yourself in them.
Until next time.
I've heard nothing but, who are you?
Years of searching, and there it stands.
There's a skip?
Legacy. Once you've finished your assessment, we'll begin the assault.
I am... Okay, what's doubly cool about this is, you remember Talinara back in Shadowlands, where I had to constantly talk to her and click dialogue options, and I had to be very careful not to accidentally hit the skip button? This guy has an option to tell him to leave, so that the option... I can basically say, do not give me an option anymore. That's actually really great. You can also just completely ignore him because he's not a quest NPC like Talinara was. No, that's good design. I didn't know about that either. Like, I kept looking at this big bronze dragon who, you notice he has a talk to aura. And I'm like, who the hell are you? All right,
Hello. Jade Serpent guide you.
Fao is right. The plan is sound. But I fear we lack the forces to execute it successfully.
Dude, you got me. Cool. I got this. I'm only level 31, but canonically, I'm the hero of Doom. I've been to space, yo. Yeah, no, I've heard really good things about Lotro's 64-bit server. That friend of mine is currently not even thinking about hopping on it. Let me try that again. So, there's actually a good chance that if our co-op group ever plays Lotro, we'll be playing on the 64-bit server. Listen, Malagus, it's fine. It's fine. But we were debating class setup because, like, apparently they did a major overhaul of classes this January. And I might not be stuck on a frickin' Runekeeper anymore. I can tell you that story if I haven't, Mr. Red. It's just... I'd probably go with Guardian, if I did. Apparently Champion's in a really good place, too. Or Minstrel, which has never stopped being the best class in the game. Let me be clear about that. When I played Lotro, which was years ago, Minstrel was the best class in the game, by a wide margin. Then, this January, there's a major class overhaul, which left Minstrel at the top. Thank you, Seraphim, as always. I'll go ahead and jot that down for Kingdom Hearts 4. Elder Scrolls 6, maybe. That's still debatable if we're even going to allow that. And Dealer's Choice. Much obliged.
Anything interesting? It is best you see the size of their defensive force for yourself.
So many. We do not have the forces to break through those defenses.
Yeah, we got that. Ah. Lol, Maverick. When I played Lotro, it was a game that had absolutely terrible gameplay.
I greet you.
But it was one of those games that I would struggle to think of a story negative for, if you know what I mean. That's from memory, but it's still true. I have been told many times it's very comparable to Final Fantasy XI on that regard. Like, the gameplay is very Bronze era. No, not Silver. Bronze era.
What can I do for you?
Like, holy crap.
New doorways have opened to us.
Story's top notch, though.
Hello. May your
Have you done the Lotro actually invented quite a few MMO concepts. I forget what they call it over in
Our
Lotro.
destiny is
But you've
upon
seen
us.
it in both WoW and FF14, where you play as someone other than your main character. In FF14, it's those role quests, I think, or something like that. I can't remember what they're called now.
Glory to the Sindorai.
And in WoW, it's usually like a vehicle section where we're just playing as someone else. You know what I'm talking about. Lotro actually invented that, and they continue to use those to really, really good effect. If I can, I mean, this isn't really what I would call a spoiler, but if I can kind of spoil something, at one point you play as Smeagol. No, not Gollum.
It is an honor to be in the presence of such an esteemed ally of the Black Prince.
Right. Not Gollum, Smeagol. Gollum is following, yeah, the roleplay stuff in FF14. Gollum is following you around as you play as Smeagol. And you have to do like this pseudo-stealth section, you have to interact with some people. But my favorite part about it is you have this one ability on your bar, only one. It's called Murder. In fact, if you give me a second, I'll tell you the exact stats on it. Here we go. Murder, melee skill, 3 meter range. Its description is, the hobbitses must die. They must die. But not yet. No, not yet. You can't actually cast it because it requires breaking of the promise. However, it does 634,500 damage with a 4-second cooldown. For those of you not aware, that's a lot.
I have lived to see them return. The walls of the Obsidian Citadel have stood strong for thousands of years. With that kind of strength, there is no way the Jarradin could have attacked it head-on. I suspect the Jarradin have instead used their elemental magic to crack the earth beneath the Citadel, entering from within Neltharis, the Obsidian Fortress.
If the walls of the Citadel are built to withstand the Jarradin, they'll surely prove a challenge for us as well. This will only aid the Jarradin defending there.
Yeah, Lotro does sound like a dungeon. I swear I don't mean this as an insult. Lotro is a small MMO, one of several that have carved out their own little niche, and they just kind of sit there comfortably with their own little niche in the corner. They don't have the resources, they don't have the backing, they don't have the access, they don't have the anything that the big five do, right?
I have many lucky dudes.
Relevance? It takes a while for things to improve. They usually do. But it takes a while to do something like, say, afford 64-bit servers.
May your feet
Like, really put that into perspective. They're just now getting 64-bit capable servers in 2025. Really think about that for a second.
Some of those crafted weapons have surely fallen into Jarden hands. They can be used against us.
Yeah, Lotro is actually a pretty good textbook case of a niche MMO, ironically. You know how WoW and FF14 have to add, like, big new things every expansion because it's more or less demanded of them? Lotro doesn't. Every now and again they'll add something new, but they don't have to. They can just add new content and people are fine. EverQuest does the exact same thing. Did you know EverQuest is still pushing out expansions? Same concept. It's just more areas, more stuff, more quests. RuneScape kind of falls into the same thing, even though RuneScape's actually one of the big ones.
Speak your mind. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I will consider your advice.
Translation: I will not consider your advice.
I value your judgment. You are correct. Our forces are few in number. But you forget, we also have myself. I am an incalculable advantage, and I will not be denied my legacy.
Rathion.
It seems our fates are intertwined.
I need to remind you of when you lost to a rock earlier. With your help, my Black Talon assassins will cut down the Jarden, defending the outer perimeter. Mark any targets with a stun bomb, they'll come to your aid. Proceed quickly, eliminate anything that hinders our advance.
Never let your guard down.
From what we have observed, Jarden's society is built on strength. The strongest serve as examples for the others to fight all the harder. Among the other forces below are 3 examples of the mightiest Jarden, and your targets. You will personally eliminate them.
Learn from the past. Black Talon! The moment we have prepared for is at hand. To the Obsidian Citadel!
There's a moment.
The Jarden will fall before us, and the Citadel will be ours!
That I'm going to
So much confidence. Yet the numbers do not lie. I fear the worst.
There's a moment I'm going to complain about in the Honorin Plains. I am still planning to complain about it, by the way. But when I complained about that to on stream, actually, because this was relevant back then, someone said, well, what else would you do? And let me try to explain in brief. The problem was it was a cutscene incompetence moment. Because we're the PC. We're kind of strong. So how do you have a story where we don't just automatically win every battle? To which I say, of course, the usual answer I give that, you write it well. One of the more interesting things that several of these games do when they write us properly is they have us be a critical component of a battle, not winning the entire battle by ourselves. I mention that because they actually do a pretty good job of that right here. We are fighting an enemy that is outnumbering us and functionally outguns us. But despite what Rathion just said, the actual advantage we have is not him, it is us. And we're going to go in and start doing some scalpel strikes in order to try and make sure that, you know, we win. And I like that. And it's weird because every now and again they remember that that's a valid approach, and then they forget again. And yeah, there's that wonderful quote at FF14, do you mind if I go break your army for you? I've said it before and I'll say it again. The biggest problem that Superman has is his speed. He's actually pretty easy to ride around if you get rid of his ridiculous, functionally faster than light speed. A lot of people underestimate how strong speed is as a hit. Speed is why Superman can take out an army by himself. What should happen is he should be going and dealing with that part of the army, or that elite of the army, or fighting their heavy, because he is our heavy, stuff like that, right? But instead, he could just beat everyone because he is that fast. The reason I'm bringing all this up is we're functionally Superman without the speed. Oh, hey. I know, Wenlock. You remember when Soups beat Flash in an actual honest-to-goodness race? Hi, Spartan. First of all, happy birthday. For real. The world has not defeated you another year. Congrats.
I will crush you to embers!
Oh, it was a whole thing, Triaxium.
My flame flickers. Oh.
Nope, you're dead. But I'm alive, right? No, you're dead. Oh, okay. I guess I will accept being dead. I actually don't remember Triaxia. To be quite honest with you. A few moments of Googling and I can tell you, but I don't care that much. How did that... Nice. Congrats, Winlock. I love the assassins just roaming around there. Don't mind us. Congrats, Magister. Cereal is not a soup. I don't care what you say, Magister. Sorry. Yeah, most of those don't go anywhere. That's why I tend to avoid those whenever I can. I used to know someone, I had a coworker, who quite specifically and personally enjoyed arguing. I'm explaining that wrong. He didn't enjoy winning an argument. He didn't enjoy debating someone. He enjoyed arguing. And so he would deliberately say bad takes or dumb things that everyone in the universe could tell was just wrong. Specifically to goad someone into a fight. Classic troll baiting. Yeah, those were all recorded back in June. Relictum. Not that I'm aware of, Mr. Red. I know, right, Huthor? Anyways, time to ban Huthor. Boop! No, I'm kidding. If Huthor ever crossed the line, I'd ban him without hesitation. But he never has. Hey, you gotta really dig deep. You gotta come up with a way for why Shadowlands and the Jailer are the best ever. That's what's gonna trigger me right there. You gotta work at it. There you go. Okay. The Jailer will be the final boss of the Last Titan. And it turns out the Jailer was always Madon! No, Madon was just an avatar of the Jailer. There we go. The Jailer is the last Titan. His name? John Titan. And he fights for the users. Sorry. Very unrelated reference there.
Be careful, champion. These Joradin are masters of flame, and won't hesitate to turn you to ash.
Rathian? Really, dude? John Shadowlands.
Your end comes soon.
And he's riding Razagath. That's the like. What's the other? Oh man, tell me about it. Oh, what's the other like really really terrible villains of Warcraft? Don't say Illidan. You know, I'm not sure we have anything at the level of the Jailer or Razagath. And Razagath's not even that bad. I think really, I've said this before, I think my major issue with Razagath was I was so sick of the Jailer that it kind of bled over into her. Hearing there's another big bad around the corner just made me roll my eyes as hard as possible. Oh yeah, Alternate Grom. That's actually a good one. So we got Alternate Grom. We've got the Jailer. We've got... I will actually add Razagath to that list. Let's see. I'm going to add Kel'Thuzad to that list. They did him so dirty. Twice, you know? So Kel'Thuzad's like, behold, it's me! Secretly, I've always been really, really evil. For no reason or sense make. Wait, that's just what they actually did with him. I gotta kick my game up. I'm secretly a puppy! And then there's like a puppy boss fight. He's got abilities like roll over, which stuns everyone in the raid as they're all like, "Aw." He's got beg for scritches. If you feed him, you get a buff. I mean, every Warcraft expansion, except War Within, has had major story problems with it, right? That's nothing new there.
Speak your mind. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
The next battle will no doubt be fierce, but our courage and determination will overcome their greater numbers. I am counting on your exceptional skills to lead us to victory.
On your signal, champion!
Actually, yeah, Kael'thas in general, prior to Shadowlands, weirdly enough. How often do I say that? Thank God Shadowlands salvaged Kael'thas as a character. But yes, BC Kael'thas, I actually agree with that. Frankly, BC Illidan.
Azeroth faces many threats.
Sorry, Kinnick Scout. Yeah, no, he was weirdly legit. In Shadowlands. Hey, Luke. And from behind with a steel chair! Okay, so what I find funniest about this is they built this up even if you're not familiar with the greater lore.
Who are you?
Sibelian, heir of Neltharion.
And you are?
Rathian, heir of Neltharion, and I've never heard of you.
Likewise.
But we'll put that on pause for right now.
We'll discuss this later.
Can I just say, I don't want to spoil too much, but I love these two. Their dynamic is phenomenal. So, yeah, for those of you who forgot, Sibelian was a character way back in BC. He was essentially a cameo. All the way back in the worst second worst zone in the game. Over here in the Blade's Edge. And he gave us several quests to help out Rexar and eventually help kill several of the Grawn Lords. That's it. We actually debated at the time how he was able to avoid the old god corruption, all that, and we've come up with several theories since then. But having Sibelian come back was interesting here, and actually a really, really good move. Ignoring the obvious continuity, what I love most about this is, again, if you were paying attention, they prefaced this even if you have never played BC, even if you're not familiar with the greater lore. Why? Because we had a quest chain just about 3 quests ago now, or more like 7 quests ago, excuse me, where we were going through the Ruby Life Pools, where we specifically called out in voice acting that the blue eggs are very shrunk because they've been going through some rough times, and the black eggs are freaking gone. There are no other black dragons. And the only black dragons we've been encountering are Abyssian and Rathian. And that's been consistent. You notice they have been consistently on camera. Just the 2 of them. Tons of reds, tons of bronzes, tons of greens, tons of blue, a few blues. 2 blacks. So they actually bothered to build this up. And I'm sorry for repeating myself. I'm amused that they bothered. Because they could have just dropped this and been like, hey, remember him? The Deathwing's dead. He doesn't count. We have killed many black dragons, yes. Many black dragons. Let's see, what was I going for? I want rescue. Because rescue's kill. Guardian, 100%, Mr. Red. That information's a little out of date, but still Guardian. Guardian is very soloable. Let's go with that one. Let's see it. Keep advancing. Zerbiles is with us. I love little moments like that.
Now is our chance to strike a definitive blow.
No, I mean that. There's something really enjoyable about showing up on the battlefield and people being, like, morale boosted by your existence near them. That's exactly how that should be, isn't it? And once again, I'm going to compare this to FF14, which pulls a very similar trick several times in Shadowbringers and in Endwalker. So it's like, oh, yeah, it's the Warrior of Light, or Warrior of Shadows. Yes! We got this! I mean, think of it in RTS terms, right? It makes perfect sense. We are quite literally boosting their morale stat. And yeah, it's literally crucial at Endwalker.
It seems our fates are intertwined.
Oh, absolutely, Xavion. Sibelian and the other dragons are holding back the Jarden for now. We must act quickly to secure the high towers and ensure a victory. You and I shall clear the siege arbalist and threaten us from above. Let me know when you're ready.
Every action has consequences.
Apparently not, Loke. Sorry, do you mind repeating it really quick, please? What do I think of Sibelian as a character? Well, I mean, I love him as a character in this expansion. As far as how he's not corrupted, we've actually theorized about that quite a bit. I don't think they ever definitively say why. the biggest and best answer we have is a combination of Outland and distance. Outland is quite literally worlds away, and the general idea is that in absence of any proximity to the corruption just kind of goes away. You know, bleeds out over time. Which is actually kind of logical. Quite a few things in Warcraft do require that kind of maintenance, right? In fact, as we theorized, hypothetically, if we hadn't genocided the Black Dragons, it's entirely possible that now that N'Zoth is gone, plenty of the Black Dragons would actually have been able to recover now. Right now. This also would make perfect sense for why the Black Dragons, Sibelian, can come to Azeroth now and be fine. The old gods are gone. Most specifically, N'Zoth, the one who cursed the Black Dragonflight. So, yeah, no, it actually kind of tracks. It is weirdly logical for once. If we found a female Black at some point, can we restore their sanity and cure their corruption? Yeah, absolutely. As I've pointed out several times, Titan Tech is very good at curing old god corruption, and we have plentiful access to Titan Tech at this point in our careers. Are we sure all the females are dead? Pretty sure. If there's any time for them to reveal that some of the Blacks survived, it would have been in the expansion we're currently in.
I have been expecting you. I know not from where you hail, friend, but I cannot fault such a timely arrival.
Love that giant dragon statue.
Were you expecting to defeat this entire army on your own, little brother? A bold move.
Now, Spartan brings up a valid thing. There's a whole underground we've barely begun to investigate. And that's kind of a blank sheet of paper scenario. They could write whatever they want to down there, and it would make sense within reason. So...
You underestimate me. Perhaps you've been too long away?
Perhaps you bear more of our father's stubbornness than even you realize.
Yeah, exactly, Wenlock. It is entirely possible there's something out there. At this point, it's a pretty big who knows. And yeah, I remember Senegos, one of the blue survivors back in Legion. That lined up easily. Part of the reason that worked is because there was this tiny, tiny little area. What, Loke? Oh, no, that didn't upset me at all. I also don't know what you mean by a win. Your statement confuses me. I do not understand your question. Senegos and his tiny, tiny blue flight made sense in Legion, partially because they were such a tiny little, like, yep, we're over here in the corner, leave us alone, don't pay attention to us. And it's also worth noting that they would have died if we didn't show up. Like, they were on their way out. The problem was I just didn't understand the question. If I don't understand the question, I usually just gloss over it. So I didn't respond because I didn't understand what to say. Hang on, I've got Flimfadische Fleoto, Bakarsha Padapito. There we go, there's my answer to Loke. Abyssian is pretty cool. But I want to talk more about Wrathion and Sibelian, but all I'm going to say right now is I'm going to keep reminding people that Wrathion is a composite. Literally built from several black dragon eggs. And I actually think that's going to be important in upcoming story beats. One of those background lore tidbits. They don't really have to call attention to. It just makes sense.
More will follow.
And yeah, pursuant to what Spartan just said in chat, another thing to keep in mind is one of the actual selling points, part of the actual marketing for both Dragonflight and most especially War Within is, don't worry, we've actually mapped out the story this time. If you don't understand how significant that is, they've kind of never really done that before. Not really. I think it was Ion actually had an interview about that, where he talked about how liberating it is to not have to defeat the big bad of an expansion in the expansion they're introduced in. I'm paraphrasing.
We meet again, champion.
Excellent. The Jarden forces are on the run. We control the upper courtyards of the Citadel. However, the vaults below will take much longer to secure.
The Black Talon are always watching.
When Neltharion became the Earth Warder, he swore an oath to protect this world, to safeguard the deep places of the Earth. And with his flight to serve as Azeroth's defenders, the Obsidian Oath Stone represents that promise. We must activate the stone and let the Dragon Isles know the Black Flight has returned.
Until next time.
And yeah, by the way, there's his 3 backups, 2 of whom are female. Just thought I'd point that out really quick. Thank you, Cycloud. Always appreciate you. Give me a moment. It's going towards Deedlit of the entirely tooling name, 3D.Heroes, Dealer's Choice. It's also worth noting the difference between Wrathion and, you noticed that too. Sorry, ha, by the way. An orc, a Draenei, and a blood elf. Wah, wah. Oh, can we? Oh, we can. Hello.
Do you have something to say? Don't underestimate the Isles. We'll speak later.
I have been lied to. I love that little, just tiny visual thing. You don't have to call attention to it. It's just there. But I love the contrast. Sibelian has his loyal black dragons with him because he's functionally been running a microflight out on Outland, just like Senegos, actually. Wrathion has the Black Talon at his back because he doesn't have any other black dragons. So he made an army of everyone, anybody who was willing to join him. It's kind of interesting because it really does kind of showcase a little bit of the difference in philosophy between the two. Which makes sense. Sibelian's been around for a while. Wrathion is like 13, I think, at this point. I forget the number. We decide it's teens. He's in his teens.
You stand before the Black Prince. The Oathstone must be activated to restore the power of my Dragonflight.
My Dragonflight.
Something is wrong here. This cannot be. The stone is cracked?
Pretty sure, Luke.
Broke his oath. And with that, the stone broke as well.
We must repair it.
No, I picked Wrathion. You kidding me?
The forge of the Earth Warder is close. It is possible.
Yeah, we've kind of, like I said, we've been around for Wrathion's entire life. Which is funny, because we can say that about someone else, almost. Anduin.
Do you trust me?
Like, remember, we've been around for Anduin since he was a child. And we've been around for Rathian since he was several eggs. This is a setback, but with your help, I'm sure we can repair the Oathstone. Work with Byzantius. Make it so.
Azeroth faces many threats.
No, we always knew they had female dragons in Outland. So the theory, very strong emphasis on that word, Mr. Floyd, is that the Oathstones is what empowered the aspects. Spoilers, not true. But they want to repower the Oathstones to regain their aspectual power, and there's also symbolic stuff involved. I mean, they're called Oathstones, for God's sakes.
For the glory of the dragons!
The Oathstone is damaged. There are pieces missing. Do what you can to recover the fragments. There may be a way to fix the stone.
Glory!
These Jarradin have been looting the Citadel. Perhaps they have taken the fragments. I shall assist you in the search.
Well, it's interesting you say that.
Please, I would like to accompany you as well. My knowledge of this citadel could be of much use.
I don't agree with Huthor, but the actual reason is pretty simple. They want their aspectual power back because the incarnates are attacking. That's the impetus, if you will. No, the office wasn't on fire during Kata or Dragonflight, actually. By this point, we're at Embers. Pun intended. But yeah, it's one of the reasons why... Oh yeah, that reminds me. As much as I hate to talk about the fight between Razagath and Alexstrasza again, but there's nothing I like more than making a fool of myself on camera, so let's do it. You know what I would have done? Because I actually had to think about this. They're pathetic and terrible, Spartan. What I would have done is changed the specifics of the fight. The general flow of the fight would have gone the same way. But, really boil down to it. Have the two beating the crap out of each other, right? Get to the point where it starts to become clear that Alexstrasza is winning, but only barely. Because she just has that level of experience and competency, and Razagath has been in a cave for a few thousand years. It gets to the point where Razagath gets desperate. Razagath then cheats, starts pulling out her elemental power, and blasts the hell out of Alexstrasza. And then again, and then again, and then again, and has to actually stop herself as she realizes she's killing Alexstrasza. And then she's like... And you can like have a moment where she physically holds herself back with her tiny little T-Rex arms. And then be like, all right. Then she gives her evil speech. Then she leaves. No Rathian. He doesn't help the scene at all. There you go. Boom. All problems with the scene gone. Because at that point, what is going on with my throat this morning? The point that Huthor and Captain Zeus
stretch for miles beneath the citadel. Many powerful weapons and artifacts were locked away here for safekeeping.
And now it seems the Jarradin are pillaging the vaults in hopes of expanding their power.
Because then at that point, the point that Captain Zeus and Huthor kept bringing up is much more on screen, much more well presented visually. The idea that Alexstrasza probably could take Razagath in a one-on-one fight if Razagath wasn't being pumped up with elemental power right now. So once she taps into the power, there we go. Yeah, it also sets the tone. Obviously, Razagath is not some super big doom bad guy, but the fact that she could take on Alexstrasza, especially when empowered, does make her a regional threat. Okay, I'm with that too. As I've said before, Razagath works a lot better when you restructure her as a regional threat instead of as a world threat. That's true for the Primalists as a whole, honestly. It also gets rid of Rathian. He adds nothing to that scene, and it gives Razagath a specific reason why she backs off, and eventually, you know, just as like gives her speech and then pieces out. Because she has completely won the fight, she herself pulls herself back from her own rage to remind herself that she wants revenge, and then she leaves, right? Yeah, Ridicron, let's talk about him. We're not going to see him for a minute. He's not going to show up on camera for a while. But you'll notice they've already mentioned him. Yeah, absolutely, Loke. I mean, she probably wants revenge because she's crazy, but other than that, yeah.
Well, left unattended for so long, it seems these vaults have fallen into disarray.
Yeah, Iridikron is Earth.
I would not be in such a hurry to open that chamber.
Yeah, well, they're stupid. By the way, in case you didn't see what's in there, that is a very large spider. But yeah, exactly, Huthor. True dragons. What's doubly funny, and I don't actually remember if they ever confirm or deny this in Dragonflight. I'm going to be paying attention. But there's a bit of lore, a tiny bit of lore, all the way back in Cataclysm, that the elemental dragons were the very, very, very first dragons. And from them came the proto-dragons, and from them came the titanic dragons, for lack of a better term.
Those elementals. The very foundations of the Citadel are being animated against us.
Yeah, I could see that, Five. I was actually just thinking to myself, this reminds me of several delves I've done. I'll also admit in private, I've always liked the idea more that the incarnates are, I think how to phrase this. Insane? We'll go with insane. That's not quite the right word. That their minds literally don't work correctly because of the fact that they are so connected to their elements. I will admit a completely personal perspective on that. Because I actually once wrote a D&D campaign, which I called Elemente. The way it worked was you had to choose an element to represent you. There were quite a few. There were like 20 elements that you could pick from. But the catch was, and this was the challenge to the players, was they had to follow the mindset, mentality, philosophy, whatever you want to call it, of the element in question. Because in lore, once you became of an element, it started affecting you. Kind of similar to how the Force tends to operate in Star Wars. In other words, same idea with the incarnates, you know, because Fireack is, obviously he has his own issues and his own anger, but because he's fire, I think so, Xavion, yeah. I mean, wind is just all over the place, which kind of explains Razageth. Earth is extraordinarily patient and violent. That's Iridikron, yep. And void is all over the place on all of these, so that's another thing. Literally 3 of the 4 incarnates get touched with void, if you think about it. Water has always been one of the most amiable ones, probably because of how mercurial it tends to be. So, yeah, that explains her. And, of course, Fireack just really, really, really wants to burn things. So, yeah, that all lines up. But I don't know if they ever confirmed that or if that's pure headcanon. Fine, die. Wasting my time. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they chose those elements because they were already leaning that way. Maybe those elements forced them into that way. Maybe it's a little bit of 50-50 kind of a thing. Who knows? At this point, we may never know. Although we do, I guess, have the opportunity to find out since, you know, spoilers and spoilers. I will say the one thing that's undeniable is just how much the Shadow Flame affects them, but we'll get there.
Ours is a solemn burden. Aspects watch over you.
Can I help you? The Forge of the Earthwarder is the most powerful of all dragon forges in existence. Our ancestors used to create the strongest weapons and armor to defend Azeroth. Within the hearth of that forge is the power necessary to reforge the shattered fragments of the Oath Stone.
On a forge lies nearby. We must work quickly. The area may not remain secure for long.
Possible, Xavion. Here's a fun question. What's the difference?
Let us begin. First, we must activate the forge. Next, we will require Cinder Shard coals to fuel the forge.
Careful. I detect that some of the coal has been altered by Jarradin magic.
You know, one other little thing I like. What is going on with my frickin' throat today? You know how croaky I am? God.
Do not fail me, Bezentus.
Spells are very color-coded. You can very clearly see what is red, what is green, and what is blue. And those are the three big ones for devastation anyways. And I suppose bronze as well. I only have a couple of those, though.
Excellent. All will be ready soon.
I was being facetious anyways. The joke there is that, yeah, sure.
Done quite well. Now, let us get that forge working.
Rathian, I'm trying to talk here. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You've made a deal with the Void, and then eventually it consumes you, right? It's just, you can't use the Void safely, right? That's what Illyria proved. Wait.
The Isles have awakened. Serve well.
Forge is ready. All it needs now is flame.
Victory in all your battles.
It seems only fitting that my flame secure my destiny.
The aspects have returned.
The damaged pieces of the Oathstone are repaired. This is only the beginning of what can be accomplished here. With the forge reignited, I can begin the process of making elementium armor. I mean, new weapons and armor.
In service.
I will be denied no longer. Come, champion. Let us finish the repairs.
Is there something you wish to discuss? What is he doing? Be swift, champion! I must claim the throne now!
Rathion, you... Fine, it's not like I can't fly.
Ah, young Rathian. I owe you my thanks. Your help was invaluable in securing my rightful place on the Obsidian throne.
Oh, I believe you're mistaken. This throne, this legacy, is my birthright.
No. The mistake is yours. I was anointed caretaker of this flight by Neltharion himself. So let me be clear. When all is said and done, I will be the aspect of the Black Dragon flight.
Is that so? May the worthiest dragon win.
Once again, notice you can tell when the mask goes up, because he starts smiling.
Is there something you wish to discuss? Never let your guard down.
Yeah, I love how they make dragons squabble, by the way. There's such a logic to that. Brothers, no less, because they are brothers.
I never gave up
We'll do
hope.
that in just a second.
You've been too long away.
Who do you think of these would be a better ruler? Rathion. 100%. No, I'm serious. Me and my friend, when we were playing through this originally, spent several minutes sitting here and debating between these two choices. Keeping in mind both of us knew Sibelian, because we played BC and we remembered BC. We still chose Rathian. The thing is, Rathian, for all of his childishness, most of his issues are born from the fact that he is a child. He's literally a teenager. But he has proven time and time again that even though he has rough around the edges problems and even though he has issues, those issues are things that can be worked around. His core is definitely something that he can and should be. Yeah, exactly, Valerian. You get it. Rathian has gone out of his way to go to bat for Azeroth and for us and for Anduin several times when he did not have to. So, while he's a smark every now and again, yeah, we picked Rathian. Sibelian over there was kind of an unknown. Back in BC, he was mostly written as evil black dragon who happened to be working with you at the time. Which, that makes sense. Back then, all black dragons were evil, so he was just evil. Nowadays, he's certainly portrayed as very black dragon and all that that implies, but that makes him, at absolute best, an unknown. So, yeah, no, there's no choice there.
You stand before the Black Prince.
Zerviles. Our relationship is new. I'm guessing this dialogue changes if you, have done anything with him before. I see in our people, I see in your people what I see in myself, a longing to find where you belong. Oh, okay, this is Drakthir dialogue. That's interesting. I wonder. Not that I'm aware of, Mr. Floyd, no. Ah! I can't find his flavor dialogue. Ah, well. I have protected Azeroth since the moment I was hatched. Your people are as much of Azeroth as any other, and you deserve to find your place. I have found mine here, yet I need aid in claiming it. If you would offer yours, I'll do everything I can to aid you in your journey as well.
The Black Talon are always watching.
You seem familiar.
As Neltharian's heir and leader of the only surviving flight of black dragons, I was not expecting to find myself in competition for my birthright. Particularly not against a self-important whelp younger than you, mortal. Nevertheless, if you need to speak with these self-evident facts, feel free to speak with the members of my flight. There's no need to take my word on the subject.
Be on your way.
Desire 1, Persona 4 Golden, BMD block. Being part of the show, Lord Aramon. I can see Sibelian as being an advisor, yeah. And, for that matter, a general. He's pretty good at both. He's got the experience and he's got the talent. Ironically, what would probably be better is if there was no new aspect and the two kind of shared the throne, but, I mean, we can't have a council in Warcraft. That's ridiculous. Anyways. There we go. Sorry, I was stuck in this weird flying state there.
The prince is my priority.
Rathion's able to make the hard choices. The ones that no one else will. All for the greater good.
What about warlords?
Setting Garrosh free started a war, but we needed that war to prepare for the Legion.
Wow. They actually acknowledge warlords. Holy crap. Is it from stupid people, Asmira Star? It's probably from stupid people. At this point, if you're a brand new player, then all you know of Rathion is what you saw in Dragonflight, and that's it. I have nothing to add to this.
Aspects watch over you. A leader is like a finely forged sword. They must be balanced, strong, and of pure metal. Though I like Rathion, he is untempered. Sibelian has been forged in fire. I believe he is what we need in a leader.
A council would be better. The problem is, Xavion is correct. You never want a council to have an even number. Everyone knows this. This is old, centuries-old knowledge. If you're going to have some kind of group consensus, it needs to be an odd number.
Is there something you need?
No, not at all, Blade. If all I knew was Dragonflight, I've got the guy who's been helping me since I started the game, and someone I've never heard of before who apparently came from someplace called Outland, which I don't even know what that is. Once again, I've got Total Unknown and Familiar. I'll take the Familiar.
What are you after? Sibelian rallied us on Outland. Not only saving us from death, but from the corruption that befell our kin. All the rest, the other flights, glory-starved mortals, even that pretentious prince, chose to murder the afflicted rather than aid us.
Yeah. Oh, you meant him. Right, sorry. I've been killing black dragons for forever. Like, literally since vanilla. Since Warcraft 3, actually. Which is when you first started existing.
Come then. Let us. He does what needs to be done. Honor and glory didn't help defeat the Shah, or rid the world of mad dragons. Rathion did.
I mean, that's basically just the original idea, Log. Rathion be in charge of things, and then Sibelian be the general. That, yeah. That's really the first thing I said.
The Isles have awakened. For where an aspect failed, Sibelian succeeded. Despite Deathwing's madness, despite the rage of the Gron, Sibelian and his kin survived, allowing us to achieve this moment. We serve one. Despite some questionable methods, it is hard to deny Rathian's results. He has worked tirelessly to protect all creatures of Azeroth from numerous threats.
To varying degrees of success.
Aspect's grace shine down on you. Honor all dragons.
Back to that. Who, Mr. Floyd?
Do you trust me?
Surely you can back my claim.
Until next time.
I trust you understand now.
My wits are my own.
With the Oath Stone empowered once more, we must now transport the future of our kind to the life pools. It is the right of every true dragonfly to have their eggs nurtured in its waters. Titan-blessed waters, remember. Unfortunately, our enemies will be watching the skies now that we have revealed ourselves. We will make the final leg of the journey on foot. Meet me near the bulwark. As the Lifebinder's champion, you are welcome to join me in this.
Wherever those eggs go, I go. You will not return them to Alexstrasza without me.
So, I want to talk more about the eggs and the life pools, but I'm going to save that for later. It was a rhetorical question. I was being facetious. Here, let's Google it, because I have never heard of anything with Cyranox. So let's see what we got here. Maybe he's in the Arthas book? I don't know. Load. Here we go. Let's see here. I mean, it makes perfect sense, Loke. We tend to be protective of our children. Yep, nope. Cyranox is in Warcraft 3 and nothing else. Literally nothing else. That's funny. Anyways.
The waters flow.
Yes, I know that, Huthor. Oh my god, people. Apparently I need to be more obvious about my sarcasm. Let me try this again. Gosh, I've never heard of a Cyranox. What's that? Is that better? I can stretch it even further if I have to. Really get the yokel in there, you know, just kind of drag that accent all down there.
Aspects.
In delving the archives here, I found the threads that point to the Obsidian Observatory as a place of personal importance to the Earth Warder. I can only guess what knowledge it may be contained within as the history of our flight. Given Emberthal's recent interest in the subject, I informed her of my discovery, and I pray that wasn't a mistake. She has gone ahead to scout. Please keep an eye on her. She's a competent soldier, but the subject is troubling, and who knows what truths she may uncover.
May the flights protect us.
God damn it, Uthor, flag! I do sound sick. I don't know. It's allergies. I'm getting allergied today. We're already up to Naltheris? Really? Damn. Okay. We'll come back to that. No, really. We'll come back to that. There's nothing actually preventing me from doing it right now because follower dungeons are awesome. But I kind of want to do a follower dungeon section. We've got some nitty-gritty work to do there. I did life pools 4 or 5 times off camera. I actually kind of lost track, to be honest with you. I was doing a lot of things, a lot of numbers, a lot of comparisons. Trying to understand exactly what's happening. Evoker is so good, it is almost as good as Elementalist is in Guild Wars 2. Almost. So I'm trying to be more obvious with my sarcasm. God, I hated Elementalist so much. Ah, okay. Better than Demon Hunter? No. Now, granted, I'm only level 33, so I can't fairly judge that yet. Evoker is interesting, but it's not better designed than Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is a lot simpler in its overall execution, but really, really polished. I have a term. I call it simple but solid. Because, as we've talked about before, it's actually harder to design something that is simple and good than something that is complex and good. weirdly enough. Demon Hunter is relatively simple. It has tons of synergies, and what you do when matters a lot for your output and how you can survive and how you can maneuver. It is a very, very frenetic class with a very high skill ceiling, which is great. But it also has an extremely low skill floor. It is very easy to onboard to Demon Hunter. I could grab, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone who hasn't played WoW. Blade Taval. I could grab Blade Taval, shove him into a Demon Hunter, and he would pick it up like that, because it is extremely well designed. Evoker, by contrast, is much more complex and revolves around not just what you hit when, which most classes do, but how you hit it, and making sure that you stagger things appropriately. You're functionally keeping track of 3 general types of mechanics at the same time as you're going through it. Now, most of the content I've been showing so far doesn't require any of that, but you get the general idea. That's true. Blade Taval has played Guild Wars 2. Which means he would suck at WoW. Alright, so. That actually would be funny. Go straight from Guild Wars 2 to WoW. That would be a culture shock. Anyways. So, I have a hard time saying Evoker is better than Demon Hunter. It might be as good. I also haven't tried out the other 2 specs yet. That's relevant as well. I do need to throw together a healer spec at some point, but I don't have time. I never have time.
I am ready to serve.
I am confident I'll be able to handle anything we encounter. Still, given the matter at hand, it was wise of Edris to send you to accompany me.
Fair skies and strong winds.
From the air, I scouted one of the artifacts Edris uncovered at the entrance of the ruins. Doubtless there are more inside. They are warded, somehow, although I will need to get closer before I can examine them. The magic here is very old. The grounds appear deserted, but I wouldn't trust that to last once we start meddling. Keep an eye out. Let's cover what we can.
We will find our fate.
Oh, yes, I know the buff you're talking about. Ah! Oh, gosh. So what would I compare Demon Hunter to in FF14? Let me think about that for a second. This festering schism threatens to swallow us all. We have done nothing but good for the world, and yet there are those who refuse to see it. These usurpers, these incarnates, would tear all our work to shreds. That was Neltharion. Could this be a fragment of his personal record? By the way, that was fragment of jealousy and despair, who was just killed, in case you missed it. No. It's Dancer. Dancer and Demon Hunter actually have a lot of similarities mechanically and gameplay-wise. Obviously, Demon Hunter is melee, close to melee, while his Dancer is ranged, but really that's the only strong difference between the two. Oh yeah, absolutely is Mirror Star. That was a fragment of disloyalty. The others dismiss my concerns, the Lifebinder most of all. I thought she would understand. How can she entrust our future to mere talk when the threat we face is so dire? I will not be loved for it, but I must find a way to safeguard our kind. No, that cannot be where the trail goes cold. Hey look, from up here the Obsidian Citadel looks beautiful. It's okay, I guess. If you like claws and fangs, which... Never mind. This is Fragment of Cruelty and Fragment of Insanity. Yeah, by the way, you remember Huthor's big complaint about Neltharion's visage? Well, we're seeing a bunch of it here. We even saw it in the vignette. A war is coming. I fear it, but I will not flinch away. The Draconids are slow, the dragon spawn fragile. The mortal race is so young and agile. Show promise. We will be prepared. We must be.
There is much to be done.
It's given me much to ponder. I would prefer some time alone, if it's all the same.
Serve with honor.
Now, Theory, is this what we remained for? To fight your war? Yeah, We are clone troopers. That was our fate. I suppose we must make peace with it. We will have to find our own place in this world. Also, on the off chance you haven't seen one of these expedition flags, you notice this quest puts you right next to one. This is actually our tutorial for this, right here. Yeah, I actually commented on that the first time I showed one off. Good. Yeah, Dragonflight took several things from Guild Wars 2, and is pretty much the better for it top to bottom.
Can I trust you? Mistakes were made. I am...
Stay close, champion. We cannot afford for anything to happen to the wagon or its contents.
Why are we taking this ridiculous contraption again? It's agonizingly slow.
Our enemies will be on the lookout for us, and we cannot risk an encounter while transporting the eggs. So we shall travel as mortals do to avoid their gaze. If saving the future of your kind bores you, you are free to leave. I would welcome the silence. Champion, to me!
No, I'm good. Kaisar. Look, I'm sorry. Blizzard has always been...
Is this your idea of subtlety?
Quiet, whelp. I will risk no harm coming to the eggs.
I could assist our dear champion in defending the wagon, you know. There's no reason they have to do all the dirty work themselves.
And reveal ourselves to the enemy? Absolutely not. Stay in your seat.
Defend the wagon.
Brothers. I just realized I need to answer Mr. Red's question. Probably for Valerian.
This is getting ridiculous! How many random encounters must we suffer before you realize your ruse has failed? Let us take wing and be done with it!
Oh, cease your fidgeting. If anything is putting us at risk of discovery, it is your childish impatience. The horses will not move while the shield holds.
Yeah. It's literally random encounters. We've been rolling on an encounter table, dude. It's fine. Chill.
Finally! I was worried the eggs would hatch before reaching the life pools.
Titans, give me patience.
Your kind ends today, puppets.
Is this the leadership you offer our people? Perhaps the others will see reason now.
Whelps these days. Meet me at the life pools proper, champion. This is far from over.
I recommend Reaper build, Valerian. For necromancers. Necromancers.
I've been too long away. We are not bound by the shadows of our past.
I understand your concern, Evoker. But all will be rectified shortly, as it seems we're about to have company. Feel free to stay and witness what transpires. It could be quite cathartic. And do speak with our egg tender when you have a moment, though. She will no doubt need the support.
Be on your way.
What is the meaning of this, Sibelian? Where are the eggs?
Yes, why don't you explain how your ridiculous plan destroyed the future of an entire flight?
I apologize for any misunderstandings, Lifebinder. But any report of our extinction is premature. The eggs were never in danger. The cart and my presence were merely to draw the attention of our foes and allow my clutch to move unobserved. I have spent millennia rebuilding my flight. As Neltharian's heir, I pledge it and myself to you.
What are you?
These eggs are most welcome here, Sibelian. But your part in your father's twisted legacy has earned you no such privilege. I will ensure the eggs are cared for, but I will not be involved in your bickering. That is for the black, not the red, to decide.
I was about to say, I love everything about that exchange. First of all, duh, of course it was a feint. But second of all, Sibelian thinks he's being extremely clever, and third of all, Rathian didn't see that coming from a mile away. All of that makes sense. But my favorite tidbit is that Sibelian was trying to play at politics, which he's actually terrible at. Something we've already seen and will see again in the future. And he also tries to call upon his legacy, something he is really, really big on, as a way of a positive, a boost, when his legacy is Deathwing. Alexstrasza immediately sees through that, rebuffs him casually and effortlessly, and then just moves on. There's that mom energy again.
Have you brought good tidings?
I can scarcely believe it. Eggs of the Black Dragonflight after all this time. But look at the state of this place. It'll not do at all. Nothing is too good for these eggs. Though those two blowhards squabble like children for the Lifebinder's favor, you can bet they have not spared a thought for us. You will not leave an old egg tender alone, will you?
I long to see the
Lady, I got your back. Don't worry. Just rip this vine out here. Yeah, there we go. Correct, Giga. The only thing you can't change is your species. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm trying. Seriously, Uthor. What else do we need here? Oh, yeah, there's another one. Yeah. You know what? You deserve armor that shines. Oh, that's a nice shine.
Have you brought good tidings?
Soon the life pools will be full once again. Thank you for your part in this. It means more than I can ever hope to express. Go find the Lifebinder by the Oathstone. Tell her we're ready for the eggs.
I long to see the eggs return.
I got good news.
The Shrine Guard protect.
Why don't you put away your sword?
Dismissed.
Walk with me. Okay. Sure. How can I set down my sword? My troops are still embroiled in battle. All across the Isles, good and noble Draconid fight to preserve the Dragonflights. Some will even sacrifice their life to preserve another's. That is one of the highest callings of brave Draconid. Draconid, like Sendrax. Remember her? No, let the others rest and recover their strength. It is only when the last soldier has returned safely to the Life Shrine that I will set down my sword. Until then, I cannot rest. Actually, I could see quite a few parallels between Alphino, early Alphino, and Rathian. Both of them are obviously good aligned, but especially early on, neither of them have any idea how to do that. Having said that, Alphino has a lot more Yeah, they both have terrible fathers. They both have a very large-scale legacy that they are essentially buckling under the weight of. It's just in Alphinaud's case, it's his grandfather, which is a positive legacy. And in Rathion's case, it's Deathwing, which is slightly less positive. Both of them fumble. Both of them design a secret organization that follows them. I've actually wondered sometime if the Crystal Braves was modeled in some way after the Black Talons. Yeah, his name is Deathwing. His name is Deathwing. He chose that name for himself, by the way, just to further emphasize that. Having said that, though, there are some pretty key distinctions between them. What's interesting is while Rathion predates Alphinaud existing, I wouldn't be surprised if Rathion's characterization, which didn't really get started until, I would say, BFA, comes out after Alphinaud was already a character. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that it wouldn't surprise me if Rathion was inspired by Alphinaud, even though he predates him. Wow.
Holf Aldon Shi. From pain we draw strength.
Hold a moment. I wish to personally thank you for your aid in restoring our Oathstone. I was not aware of the Drakthir until your reawakening on the Forbidden Reach. It was unclear what your arrival among us was meant, whether your kind would prove a boon in the defense of life or a bane. I would encourage you to speak more about our Oathstone. Speak with a few of my flight here, and you'll find some familiar with your tale.
The balance must be maintained.
I loved Rathion and Pandaria, but that's all gone now. Ugh. Oh, I remember that as Mirstar. And yeah, Huthor, I have never been able to prove this, but I have often suspected that the reason for this boss fight against Rathion was poking at that, you know?
Oh, do not mind the little ones.
Our Oathstone represents our grandest calling one can receive, a shared purpose to nurture life.
Look after others.
When I was first called to the Egg Tenders, I was unsure of myself. I did not believe I was the kindest or the brightest in my generation. In truth, I hoped so. Yeah, that someone would discover I was not in the right place and direct me to another path. Someone did discover me, but not the way I'd hoped. The Queen herself singled me out to study under the previous head egg tender. I thought she'd made a mistake. Queen Alexstrasza encouraged me, saying all I was expected to do was provide care for the eggs. To me, the Oathstone represents the purpose to nurture all beings, no matter how reluctant. Yeah, I'm a bit biased. I've done the Cataquest, the Rogue Chain. And obviously I did the Cloak Chains back when they existed.
What's the situation? For the Lifebinder.
By now you've witnessed the strength of our flight, Evoker. It is not born of brute force, as the Jarden cherish, nor is it derived from deceit and chaos, as the Primalists employ. I once considered my physical strength the greatest of virtues. Chasing that ideal led me and my fellow soldiers to ruin from my carelessness and lack of consideration. My queen showed me the true strength of our flight, community. We are stronger together in our calling to protect life. To me, the Oathstone reflects our strength.
I serve my queen. Lifebinder be with you.
My queen places great trust in me as her majordomo, though there was a time when few considered me in high regard. I'm one of the younger dragons, yet I have worked hard to achieve much in my life. Despite that, many consider me ill-prepared for responsibility. They were not quiet about their thoughts either. At times it became difficult to separate the feelings of inadequacy from my own. Others in my flight rose to defend me, remind me what I was capable of. Then when the Queen herself placed her trust in me, I knew I had nothing to prove to those who doubted me, least of all myself. The Oathstone reflects the power that's within each of us. even if we doubt along the way.
Greetings.
We all share stories of growth. I hope you have come to understand more of where we began and where we strive to reach.
Life endures.
Now you've learned more about our personal connection to the Ostone. Maybe you'll consider your own place amongst dragon kind. What do you mean? Oh, right, I'm a dragon. Right. There will be a home here for the Drakthir.
All life is worth saving. Treasure the gift you have been given.
You have my thanks, Evoker, and my condolences for having to deal with those two for as long as you did. The Red Dragonflight is charged with the preservation and nurturing of all dragons, even those we may tire of at times. With the return of the Black Dragonflight's eggs, dragonkind is united as it has not been in thousands of years. I believe this is what will restore the Ruby Oathstone. Speak with me when you're ready to bring the eggs to the Obsidian Pool.
Fair skies and At long last, our absent young are once more among us, so that they can be raised together with all the flights. Though these life pools were once bereft of eggs, they now contain our future. Truly, the calling of my flight has been fulfilled.
I will see that these eggs are protected and loved, so that they may hatch into dragons, strong and wise.
Oh no, that's interesting. So, WoW is very big on color coding, and that is clearly azurite. I think I missed that the first time around.
Where there is life, there is hope.
The life pools are filled once more, in no small part thanks to you. With our purpose fulfilled, our Oathstone shines once more as a symbol of our calling.
Safeguard all life.
And that's our go-to for honoring.
2 of the Oathstones have been renewed. 3 more are needed if we are to have any hope of reclaiming our aspectral power and stopping Razagath.
Yeah, they never have gone back to Zuldair. They may never at this point.
What is it you seek?
Speak your mind.
I long to see the eggs return.
Man, I love Telebean bananas. What are you doing? Are you spinning yourself? You. Okay. I accept that. Look, you can spin yourself. It's okay. I'll allow it.
If we don't throw, they would fall off the chair.
Well, don't fall off the chair. My goodness.
If we fall off the chair, we will get hurt. That's how we get hurt right now.
That's a new problem.
Yeah, new problems are a good to solve. My thing went the wrong way.
Why are you facing the wrong way?
The wrong way. This is the right way. Whee! Is this the right way? Or don't? Mama! The seeds them to you. I was coming with Baba. Then Baba gives them to me, and then I give them to you.
Sorry, I'm actually having mouse issues. Forgive me one second.
That's so silly.
Why are you so silly?
When Baba gives those to me, and then I give them to you. That was so silly.
Oh, that's completely helpless. Whatever, the issue seems to have stopped for the moment. Guess we'll leave that be. You don't want... Wait, we gotta fly away. There's a dragon. Run!
No, it's a good dragon.
Oh, it is? How do you know?
It's your friend.
Hello, friend. See, we're playing a dragon, too. Do you see? This is us.
The T-Rex dragon.
That's right. We were playing a T-Rex dragon named Zerviles. Can you say Zerviles? There you go. Now, are you done chewing on your gummies? You want your controller? You ever seen what clone troopers are in the Old Republic, Baron? You got it dirty? Why would you get your controller dirty? Oh, okay. Hang on.
There was slime on my controller.
And you put it there.
No, it wasn't me. It was Yona.
Oh, okay.
Yona's ring.
That's very likely and plausible.
Yona was
And definitely not you
sticky when I was
being
just
you.
walking. And then Yona thought, oh, it's not food. It's poo.
That is pretty gross.
Yeah, I didn't like that you poop. I was going party I was going party and the poop got out.
The Horde Alliance didn't exist for about 20 millennia after the Dractyr were sealed away.
I found your friend.
Yeah, let's just this way.
Got it down the hill.
So we need to fly, right? Okay, where are we flying?
Hey, I found your other friend.
Where?
Where?
Where? Where are they? I can't see them. I can't see them. Where?
All your friends are just rainbow and a friend.
There's a lot of friends around here. Look at them all.
I saw monsters.
Monsters? There's no monsters around here. I don't think so.
Two monsters.
Two
Go
monsters.
The other way.
Oh, the other way? Okay, hang on. Let me clear. Let me go the other way then.
Look.
Giga Pudding has commented on your post.
Two of the monsters.
Oh, you're talking about the statues?
This is a dragon statue.
It is. That's right.
Of you.
That, I mean, it is kind of the same color as me if you think about it. I can see the logic. What is that?
It's
I don't know what that is.
What's why?
Huh.
Without why? What's the first?
Okay.
The button.
Oh, you want a flagon? Hang on, hit the button. Oh no! What do we do? What do we do?
We're going into the water.
No, we can't go into the water. We're allergic to water.
That's the water dragon.
We're a water dragon now.
Yeah.
When did we become a water dragon?
You come the water dragon. I'm the water dragon.
Oh, you're the water dragon. Okay, that makes much more sense.
What's going into there's lava.
Yeah, there's a lot of lava. Don't you see it all?
Water dragons don't like lava.
That makes perfect sense. If we accidentally mix with the lava, we'll become a stone dragon.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. Quick, we gotta find more water. Where's the water? Oh no! Oh no! What do I do? What do I do?
It's a water
Okay, I'm safe. I'm safe.
lava water dragon.
A water lava dragon?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. The waterfall? Why are we going back?
Water and lava.
Whoops, too far.
We're going the wrong way.
We are going the wrong way because I'm missing a quest. I just realized I should go check on that real quick. Get a little bit of height. Let's get up in the air. How's that sound?
Yeah. Up in the
There we go.
Hello, cloud.
There's a lot of clouds up here, aren't there?
We don't want to be in clouds because we will just, oh no, storm coming right now.
I see it. Oh, it started raining. Do you see the rain?
Let's go back to...
Quests here.
Now there's white clouds. There's white clouds right now.
That's okay. We got away from the storm. Oh yeah, steam power hurts. As anybody who's ever played Magic can tell you.
I played magic.
You did?
So,
Well, let's go ahead and advance our quest. Let's go ahead and head to the Honorin Plains for a second, shall we? Tree. That's the first tree I've run into.
stuck in the tree.
We were. I was flying a little bit in the wrong direction. You can go up pretty high, to the point where you basically can't see the ground.
Those are
We protect the Isles.
those are... that is
Guard
not a
against
friend.
chaos.
The monster.
He's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's a monster.
Excuse me. We can ask him. Excuse me, sir. Are you a monster?
He said yeah.
What? He said yes.
No.
You said yes. That makes you the monster.
No.
You're not a monster?
That T-Rex just said yes. That means the T-Rex is the monster.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, monster. Do you have any quests for us? Can you say?
Yeah.
Okay. The green dragonflight has returned to their garden in the nearby plains. Queen Alexstrasza wishes for you to make contact with Mirthra of the Dream. The centaur of the plains are fierce hunters. To reach the Emerald Gardens, you'll need to establish diplomacy first. Be respectful. Show no weakness.
Victor, take this life bloom with you as a sign of good faith to the centaur. Its healing qualities will serve them well.
There's a fire horse in front of me. There's a fire horse in front of me.
Yep. Firehorse says hello. We're getting out of here. Whoosh.
It's a bad horse that we can't talk to.
We can't talk to the horse?
It's firing the horse.
Well, let's go ahead and fly over the water then. How's that sound?
Oh no.
Oh no, it's raining again. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
And it's a storm dragon.
So we're a storm, water, lava dragon. We just keep picking up specs. I guess that makes sense. We are pretty old.
That's spiders in the storm.
What? Spiders in the storm?
Spiders.
That sounds actually horrific. I'm never going to think about that again. That sounds like a good thing to not think about.
Hold, outsider. You trespass on Maruk land. 2 foot.
It's just a centaur. She just says hello. She's a horse person, see? Called a centaur. Oh, it's not a centaur. What is it?
Metal?
Uh-huh.
It's a metal horse.
It's a metal horse because there's metal. There is metal, that's true. So, what do we call her then? A horse fire unicorn. Excuse me, horse fire unicorn. Do you want? I offer you this life bloom as a peace offering.
Go on then.
You serve as an envoy of the dragons then. Times are changing.
I am not your king.
A gift from dragons may impress some centaur, but Clan Shikar must see how well you hunt. One of our hunting parties just brought down a proto-dragon infused with the power of flame. Prove your worth. Aid in the kill. Okay.
Even a young hunter can aid in a proto-drake hunt.
Okay.
Let us see what you've got, outsider.
There's no dragons to the horse melody.
Well, there's going to be a dragon over here in a moment. We have to find it first.
The horse is gonna find. There's more horses.
There's a bunch of them. You see them all? Oh, and there's our dragon. Okay, we've got to fight the dragon. You ready? You ready? Okay, so remember this. And then this. And this. What? That's true. I'm the kid dragon. Die, dad dragon. Too late. I've destroyed the dad dragon.
No.
He's sleeping. Don't worry. It's okay.
The dad is not tired.
He's not tired?
We don't wake him up.
Okay, we have to go wake him up right after we talk to this metal... Oh gosh, was it horse fire unicorn? Okay.
Speak up.
You're a more formidable fighter than I assumed. Thanks, I think. I'm gonna go with I think for that.
Finally.
You have fought alongside our hunters and earned our place at the fire. Our Khan is at our hunting post in the swamp, readying our upcoming caravan. I will notify her of your arrival and purpose.
My Khan is at our outpost nearby. Follow this path through the swamp, and try not to get eaten.
Apparently the horse hates being in the rain, so we gotta get out of the rain. Get out of here. No? Oh, we're a rain, water, lava, what was the other one? Storm dragon.
And birds are wiping in water.
Yeah, there's a lot of birds in the water right now.
Birds are wiping in water.
So, another outsider. This one must be Tamul's. Don't let Tamul tell you that.
We gotta get the rain away.
Or hear you say that. How do we get rid of the rain? How do we get rid of the rain?
There's a eagle.
There is a blue eagle. An eagle dragon. That's a pretty good description of what that is.
Let's fly to it.
Well, the dragon's flying. It's already gone.
Let's fly to it.
So, hang on. Can we also be a blizzard dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're a water, lava, storm, rain, blizzard dragon.
No.
No?
Look, there's a bird on a horse.
Why is there a bird on a horse?
It's flying away.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. And I have no more questions.
Birds are friends.
They're not? Why
Yeah.
not?
Have you eaten your food?
Yes, I have eaten my breakfast.
Why didn't you put your bread right there?
Because I was in a huge hurry this morning and I didn't have a chance to put anything away. We should put our dishes away when we're done, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We should do that. Minstrel, Mr. Red. Yeah. I assume you're making Valerian play a Guardian? Staring right out over. There it is. Did that. Did that. Where's that? Yep. Did that. Did we do this? We didn't actually do that one. I think. Hang on. Yeah, no, I'm missing at least 2 side quests, and I kind of want to pull it through on that. There's the catalog one. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of insight into how Lotro works, Mr. Red, because you don't know anything about Lotro, obviously. You've never played it before. Before I give my extremely in-depth and expert opinion on Lotro, I haven't played Lotro in years, and I don't know how much of this is still true. However, I am curious.
So many possibilities.
What class do you play, Mr. Red? Like, what is your main?
Good day to you. Keep the wind in your sails. Smooth sailing. Look always to the sea.
Minstrel. You know, that makes perfect sense. So let me give you a little bit of an insight into how Lotro works. Worked. Past tense.
Until next time.
So let's say you have a hybrid class, an off-tank or an off-healer. And let's say you have another hybrid class, which is another off-tank or off-healer or whatever. They don't gel well at all. You'd think that 2 halves would make a whole, but in Lotro that's actually not true at all. What you will have is heals that will not be able to keep up and tanking that will not be able to keep up. If you really want to 2-man your way through it, you want to play someone who has a primary role. Tank, healer, deeps. That's my actual recommendation. It's why I jumped immediately on the idea of Minstrel, because Minstrel is a primary healer. Unlike Runekeeper, which is a secondary healer, secondary DPS. So don't play Runekeeper. Guardian is also what I recommended. Champion is a great DPS and a particularly bad tank, and so forth and so on. Lore Master is useful in a group as support. Burglars are pretty much mandatory for large-scale groups as a support. I obviously have not played a Bjorning, and I have not played a Brawler. Neither of those existed when I was playing. Hunter is a very good DPS if someone else is getting in the way, so you could play Hunter. I will warn you, though, that without any kind of healing, that's going to suck every now and again. I guess that's it. There's not many recommendations past that. I would recommend either playing someone who can heal, which is Minstrel or Runekeeper, someone who can really pour out damage, which is Champion or Hunter, or one of the new classes which I know nothing about. Okay. But that's for Mr. Red. You should play a Guardian, Valerian.
We are united in purpose.
Finally, another Drakthir to lend a hand. My brother and I have been trying to cook up some rations to eat, but everything's so different around here. It's hard to find the same ingredients we used to cook with, but we can adapt. Go ask the Horde if they have anything we can substitute for vegetable matter, protein, emulsifying fluid. Then we'll have a meal.
May we all find what we seek.
Yeah, Lotro... I don't want to say Lotro has bad class design, but I don't have a better word for it. It smells like the Goblin Chef has some protein cooking. There's a troll chopping some strange plant by the flight master, and those purple elves are always carrying bottles of liquid. Okay.
We no longer hide.
Let's hope this place has some type of taste. Although, judging from the decor, my hopes aren't high. Yeah, can you spare any emulsifying liquid? Emulsifying? Awfully reductive way to phrase it. Nevertheless, I can be of service. What's your taste preference? Tasting preferences? Yes, tasting preferences. Preferred flavor profile. Palate! There's so many factors that go into selecting the vintage, sharpness, viscosity, complexity. The list goes on. I cannot begin to choose without first understanding your needs. Let's go something sweet. Fruity, floral, or dry and velvety. Let's go with fruity and floral.
We shall endure.
And we now have fine Suramar vintage. Expertly selected to suit your refined Drakthir palate. Imon.
Mind your step around me, huh?
How goes the melon chopping? The melon thing's old news, alright? I came to the Dragon Isles to find a new technique to perfect.
Zandalar.
What's that? You say you're looking for vegetable matter? Ha! Sure thing, Dragonmon. I got some Zandalar chilies you can take. Better to char them by the fire first. Here, give it a try. Okay. There you go, Dragonmon. You're cooking like a Zandalar in no time. Charred Zandalar chilies. Smoky and little sweet, so long as you watch out for the seeds. Please stop hitting me with bananas, you jackass. Goblin.
Time is money, friend.
You can also swap it. Have Valerian roll the Minstrel and you roll the Guardian. I mean, both are the solo classes.
Be good.
Protein, huh? Don't tell anybody, but I get the good stuff. Imitation crab. Pure goblin ingenuity. Best Bilgewater has to offer. I stashed some in that barrel. Trust me, you don't want any real crab. Creepy, crawly bottom feeders. Yuck. Thanks? Of course, a goblin would prefer vegetarian crab. Get out of here, you little claws, rats with claws. Bilgewater imported imitation crab. Only the briniest will do.
There is much to discover in unity.
They don't look like much, but they don't look much like they did back home. But we Drakthir are resourceful. We'll give it a try. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up being even better.
Fair skies and strong winds.
Alright, let's see how this goes. This smells pretty good, actually. Ahem. I'll say, when's it ready? I'm starving. That's quite a complex aroma. I'm intrigued. You did good, Mon. What you got to do dish? Oh, it's just rations, but how about spicy wine-braised crab rations? Kind of wordy, if you ask me. I propose we call it Scarolesh's Special. It's gonna be the next big thing, Mon. Mock me words. Thanks for your help. There's some enough left over for you to have some. Oh, thank you. I like little side quests like that. Pure flavor.
The skies call to me.
The elves and trolls and goblins may be rough around the edges, but the food, the smells, the variety. I've never tasted anything like it. Ramen and I are both trying to learn how mortals eat when they're not eating rations. He's very clever, though, and likes to take notes and figure out everything from afar. But me, I like to get in there and figure things out as I go. People of the Horde really seem to appreciate that.
Be bold. Be true.
It's pure flavor, man. Delicious. And thank you for the sub. I'm guilted. Appreciate you. And if you don't know, you can put that towards increasing interest in 3 future streams if you'd like to.
I have answers if you have questions.
Welcome to the base camp. Took Toddy and me a while to settle on the perfect site to establish camp, but I couldn't be happier with our selection. Easy access to ruins, proto-dragon breeding grounds, and of course, the dragon flights. Take a few minutes, explore the camp, meet some of the suppliers.
Remember, there's magic in discovery.
Which part of my library should I teleport in next?
My goods are exquisite.
Oh,
Do come again.
yeah, sorry. Turning in some of these because I'm maxed on renown.
Good to see you again. Maybe
To be very clear, Mr. Red and Valerian, both Guardian and Minstrel can DPS. It's just they're also pure tanks and pure healers when they're set up for it.
Say fizz bracket.
So, you want to be a seasoned cataloger like me? You've come to the right place. The Wild Preserve is teeming with knowledge waiting to be found and filed. And how do I do that, you ask? Why, with my Catalogizer 3000 Dragon Isles Edition, now with improved motion capture. To gain experience, photograph a proto-dragon egg, a whelp, and, let's see, a hunting proto-drake. Meet me at the ancient proto-drake skeleton. I'll assess your photos.
Keep taking pictures.
It's a one-of-a-kind camera I give to you. Now you can follow the footsteps of great catalogers, such as myself, that have blazed the trail before you. Uh-huh.
You got my attention.
If you're looking for adventure, I'm your man. Keep a cool head.
Wait, I have all these, right? Yes, okay. Just making sure. Making sure. Yeah, we'll talk about climbing quests later.
My artisans are the best on Azeroth. We'll have plenty for you next time.
They're making everything from shovels to robot ducks. Why robot ducks? Do not ask me.
Safe passage to you.
Met your grandpop, did you? Don't believe all his stories. He loves to brag about the family.
Adventure calls, and we will answer.
Okay, I think that's all. Yep, okay, cool. And here's the quest I was looking for earlier. But since this is here, we'll come back to this. Yeah, capture that anything. Did I get it? No, it's not. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Eh. There we go. What are you doing to that poor thing? The Titans have corrupted you. Uh-huh. I'm sorry, I keep rolling my eyes at them because it's like, yes, you have been corrupted with life. And, you know, order. So, you know. Your archons have light. Ah! Ah! Shoot! Try that again. There we go. Yes, but like, the Primalists are so stupid. I'm sorry, I don't have a better way to say that. It's like somebody would be like, you know what would be great? If we got rid of electricity and indoor plumbing. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't life be better if you didn't have refrigeration? You know what I also hate? The internet. And video games. Video games suck. We should get rid of video games. It's like, hey, guys. I know they exist, and I mock and deride them with the exact same energy I do with the Primalists. Whee! Got your pictures.
Welcome to Fizz Springs Resort.
These are wonderful. Just wonderful. Have you done this before?
Hope to see you again soon.
God. Yeah, that wonderful, wonderful cult in DS9. Well, now that you've cut your teeth on some starter shots, how about we move on to something a little spicier? I spotted a gorgeous proto-drake flying around the area behind us. Beautiful horns, scales crackling with electricity. Probably the work of the Primalist, but art is art. See if you can get a picture of it. And maybe it's eggs.
Remember, don't feed the wildlife.
The Wild Preserve is one of the few areas where proto-dragons thrive, but the Primalists are disrupting their nesting grounds by sending sorties to capture and experiment on proto-whelps and proto-drakes. Show them no mercy. Locate these Primalist poachers, wipe them out, and free their captives. The proto-dragons depend on it.
Diplomacy first.
Or, hear me out. We could go corrupt them in the egg, and then warp them with elements of power, effectively destroying their minds, if they even had one to begin with, and then use them as slaves in our war against people who we'd have no business to be at war with. Look, it's an option, okay? I'm just saying we should keep our options open. That's all I'm saying. I hate them so much. I've actually wondered before if one of the reasons I dislike the Primalists so much is specifically because I have actually seen people that are this awful in real life. Listen, those babies deserve to die. They were not... Really think about that for a second. Imagine if someone wandered around killing babies because they were wrong, because they were born wrong. If that doesn't sound awful enough, then you haven't studied history. Okay. There we go. Yep, sorry, Mr. Ed. Gotta kill you as a baby. Stab. Jesus.
The Drakthea, stand ready. Fair skies and strong winds, friend.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be born with the wrong skin color, Mr. Red. Wouldn't that be terrible? Jesus Kraken, son. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Orville, once he got past the first season, kind of came out swinging.
Hi there.
Probably because the executive team knew they weren't going to get a long show. So they tried to cram everything they could into as few episodes as possible. I'm not even mocking. That makes perfect sense. Sorry, you asked that already, Connect Scale. We didn't. We didn't name the T-Rex. Oh, look at that. The colors came through beautifully. Looks like you're a pretty good cataloger already.
Enjoy the resort.
I haven't trained a photographer as good as you. That's still alive, that is. It's a pretty dangerous profession. Speaking of dangerous, our final target is a large proto-dragon we believe to be one of the apex predators of the preserve. Let's get up close and personal.
Hope to see you again soon.
I've got it. We'll call the T-Rex Razan 2. I don't know. Razan E? No. Narez, maybe? Okay, what's this? Okay.
Excellent work. Now let's... Wait, no. You're a bit too far away. Get closer.
Do I have to?
Still a bit too far away. Step closer. Don't worry. He's fast asleep. Yes! Perfect! Take the shot!
It's coming right for me! Oh, thank God water damage doesn't exist. Whew, thank goodness for the rules of fiction. Look, I understand. I'm camera shy, too. You do not take pictures of me. Non-consensual picture taking. Not cool.
How do you do?
Totally unrelated, but you didn't see another camera up there, did you? You know, I forget I said anything.
Enjoy the resort.
Any new discoveries?
This ancient proto-dragon must have been a glorious creature when it was alive. Perhaps the largest the wild preserve has ever seen. But it wasn't enough. Observe the skeleton more closely so we may learn more of the story of its final moments.
Remain steadfast.
Yeah, this is a big one. A flame hot enough to char a dragon bone. There's either another proto-dragon of similar size or something strong enough to threaten one. I love the little magic archaeology tools there. The dragon's severed spine looks like a death blow. Beaten, broken. What a terrible battle it must have been. Cracked rib. I don't have to bring down a dragon, but few things can.
Let us begin.
So a fight to the death was something just as strong. What if it was protecting the preserve from invaders? Thank you. It's good to remember the sacrifices of those who've come before us.
Diplomacy first.
With all we've learned here, I can't imagine moving on without a memento. Would you be so kind to take my picture next to the proto-dragon fossil?
Fair skies and strong winds, friend.
If you have a few moments, I'd love it if you could get a picture with me and the ancient proto-dragon. Yeah, it's more important to note every now and again that Warcraft is extremely magic prolific. Magic is everywhere in this setting. Although we're different in many ways, I can't help feel a kinship with this creature and its sacrifice. Say cheese. Thank you, Zerviles. Drakthir are a species out of time. Moments like these help us learn who we are.
Any new discoveries?
Someday I hope to fight for my people with the same bravery as this proto-dragon in its final moments. Thanks again.
Remain steadfast.
Now... turned around, hang on. No? Oh gosh, actually I'm turned around. Where am I? I'm just a bit south, that's why. I'm gonna check on something very quickly. Because I noticed something and I'm curious. I mean, that's how Magneto would do it, right, as Mister? I also happen to like how this is a setting where you can just learn magic. Not... I'm phrasing that wrong. Let me say that more clearly. I like how you don't have to be born a mage in this setting. It's always been a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, I know. I need to stop parking Zalash out here because I keep taking her away from it. Hereditary magic, I mean, I've talked about this before. It makes perfect sense why writers do that. It's because they want to limit magic. Or because they like the Chosen One concept. But really, from a world-building perspective, if you sit down and think about it, allowing everyone to use magic is actually dangerous, because you have to then adjust the entire setting around the fact that anyone can be a mage. Is there another one? Gone. By the way, it's me, Rumi Estraza. Huh. We'll come back to that. It's the same reason the Force was hereditary for so long, though. Among other things. Hell, X-Men. There's a setting in which you have to be born into mutant powers. Interesting.
What do you need? Loktar.
We'll come back to that. Sorry, I noticed the quest had advanced on another character, and I was kind of curious about that. I mean, as the old saying goes, some people are born better is actually a thing in real life. No, I don't mean genetics. I mean, they're born to the right person. They're born rich, right? We like to think otherwise, but nobody just kind of becomes rich. You're born rich. And that's kind of what determines your life. Which is, if anything, more reason why it shouldn't exist in fiction. Screw that nonsense. What was I working towards? This. And... It's a talent somewhere I was thinking about picking up. I don't know where. Doesn't matter. I can't even see it. Let me try here. Oh, whatever. I'm going to grab that for now. Now we have Dragon Rage.
I'm not afraid of you. Go smash some bad guys.
I need to talk to someone who knows proto-elves, like the ones that live in the Wild Preserve. Are they as angry as the big ones? Do they bite or breathe fire at you? What if you petted a proto-elf? Would they know you're nice and trying to help them? I'm asking for science, of course. Targon helps us to test our hippopotamus theories. I think they would like petting, and it would make them feel good. Could you test that for me?
Have fun. Bye-bye.
So, I have more homework. Professor Tyragon's lessons are super tough. He wants us to find out what proto-whelps eat. Yeah, I already know the answer. It's a river beast meat. Can you bring me some piece of river beast meat? Some river beast meat would be a real great visual aid for my project. But it has to be really good piece, okay? Like the ones from Pudgy River Beast. Like Mama Protodrake will give their whelp to make them super strong, because that'll make Mr. Tyragon happy.
See you later.
Do you think they'll help us? With the... Shh! They're gonna hear you! Well, let's go test this theory. Excuse me, Mr. Beast. I need to steal your meat. What? Hello, Life Eagle. Love the name change. Oh, that's interesting. I love how the new meat type in this is maybe meat. Meat from various creatures in the Dragon Halls. It's maybe meat. Yeah, hippos are a prey species, dear God. What have we done? My God, what have we done? I haven't even seen the hippo mount. I didn't know we had one. Armored. Sorry, let me be more clear about it. I haven't seen an armored hippo mount. Of course, I can't even check if it's really Alliance only. Oh, exactly, Kraken-san. Frickin' hippos. Gosh, this is the worst drop rate of the entire expansion so far. What in the world? I've said it before, if you ever need one of something, be scared. Be very scared. Listen, I need to kill your mother, okay? I'm sorry about this. I mean, I'm not sorry at all, but, you know. Oh, I hope not, our spruce. Oh. Hey, meat. I mean, if that's something that's available, Life Eagle, go for it, honestly. You've got to do it, you've got to do it, is what that boils down to. Ah! That whelpling just bit me. I'm petting it. What is it, a cat? Whoop, yep, okay, we're gonna flee that one. No, that's true. Invasive apex predators. Oh, that one liked it. 1 out of 3. I mean, that sounds like harassment to me, Life Eagle. Something I actually have a lot of familiarity with.
Where are you from?
So, one enjoyed being petted. One bit me and flew away. And one called the other proto-drakes to protect it. Big proto-drakes attacked you. That's scary. That's not good at all.
Where are you going? Someday I'm going to be a hero like you.
Yeah, why are you standing on that crate, by the way?
Have fun.
So some proto-drakes like to be petted, but some don't. That's not good. What if this one calls its friends? What if it's mean? I mean, this lesson makes no sense. This homework's very difficult. Thank you for helping me. Sorry if you got hurt.
See you later.
Mom says food makes everyone happy. Maybe it'll be friends with me then. I mean, we'll all be friends. Professor Diagram won't give me a bad grade if I make river beast meat part of my project. A tender, fat piece of river beast meat. Nutrient dense and perfect for proto-whelp with tiny teeth and complex dietary needs.
Go smash some bad guys.
Oh, wow, that's the most delicious looking meat I've ever seen. My proto-drake will be the best trade ever. The proto-whelp will definitely want this. Her expression is suddenly filled with concern. Oh, I mean, everyone will want to copy me for the project. She smiles very unconvincingly.
Where are you going?
Tell them, Ayali. Tell them. I said I'd do it. Sheesh. I know I'm acting weird. I'm sorry. You probably guessed I'm not being truthful. I can tell you my secret if you like, but you have to promise not to tell the adults. Okay, I'll reveal my secret. Insert what's in the box meme. Well, because you promised you wouldn't tell anyone. I immediately run off to tell people. Honestly, if you have proof that they burned your cat with a cigarette, that is the best weapon you could possibly have legally, and I'm not actually joking. Nobody tolerates pet stuff like that, right? Nobody tolerates abuse to pets. Please don't yell at us. I can explain. It wasn't my idea, see? This is why I never would invite Josai to my tribe. I'll tell you everything. I swear on my alpaca. Just let me feed the whelpling, please. Here, Mr. Whelpling, we have a delicious piece of meat for you. Why is it not eating? Come on, you have to eat. Maybe it's not hungry. I read animals refuse to eat when they're about to die. Sully, don't say that. Poor little whelp, I don't want it to die. We've got to do something. Poor little whelp. It's all my fault.
Tell me a story.
I'm sorry. We don't do this again. I swear on my alpaca. We don't want to cause trouble. If we told the adults, they would yell at us and we'd be in trouble like we always do. What do we do now? Poor whelpling. Yeah, look into... If nothing else, look into wherever you live. None of my business. Look into public defenders in your area. There should be plenty of registries and information on that. They want cases. And just generally speaking, it's usually free to get at least a consult, right? To be like, hey, I have an issue. I need some assistance. Phone call or walk into the office. Generally speaking, that kind of stuff is free, right? Now, past that, I can't give any advice. Not only legally, but in reality land. But I do honestly strongly recommend you lawyer up. How did this whelp get here? We were just very focused, studying, when we heard a noise coming from down the river. It was a bad guy Primalist herding proto-drakes, and he left this little proto-whelp alone, and it got hurt. The adults were busy. We didn't know what to do, so... She straightens with pride, and she looks to you for approval. We waited until the bad guy was gone, and rescued the proto-whelp ourselves. You could have gotten hurt. Also, in the interest of fairness, everything you're saying right now is a part of public record. Because you're saying it on my stream, and your text is right here. This is now evidence. I just want to be very clear and honest about that. Please do not subpoena me. I don't want to deal with that. But I'm just making this very clear. If you text someone, if you email someone, that is something that can and will be subpoenaed in order to try and pull in for evidence for a case, okay? Seriously, lawyer up. I'm sorry, we won't do this again, blah, 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 blah. We need a researcher. Okay, you're right, the whelpling needs help. I guess I should tell Professor Tygon? He's smart. I've never seen him yell at anyone. Can we say it was my idea? The other kids did nothing wrong. They don't need to get in trouble. It was all my plan.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll do it. For the whelpling. Press your tear gun. Tire gun? God, I don't know. Granite dude. What? Yali? Why are there so many kids here? The children. Why, they're children of our dragon scale expeditioners. And many wouldn't dream of setting off on a long expedition and not taking their children. And the dragon scale expedition is dedicated to an equitable explore life balance. Refreshing, really. It's good for the children, too. They're part of the first thing of our kickoff initiative for dragon scale scholars. KIDS. If you need to catch up. Junior explorers made up of dragon scale expedition children. Only those who show interest, of course. Have they learned a lot? It's a matter of interpretation. Great.
This too shall pass. Mano ekta.
They did what? Oh, these younglings, when will they learn? They could have gotten hurt or captured. Ugh.
We will endure. Never back down.
I'm going to speak softly so as not to alarm these children. This proto-whelp is gravely injured, and its injuries look very magical, which is very, very concerning.
Mano ekta.
Judging by what the children have said, we might have a primalist prowling the wild reserve. This calls for immediate investigation. According to what the other researchers have observed, primals like to steal eggs and whelps and infuse them with power to corrupt them. Those who don't acclimate to the process suffer a slow death. Not that the primalists seem to care. We need to get them out of the preserve. Attend to that, and I will distract the children. They must not know of this.
This too shall pass.
Did Yali say how long the creature has been suffering? If it's too injured to eat, we need to treat it quickly. Normally, a dragon scale expedition camp would have everything I need to help this whelp, but getting supplies to the frontier has proven tricky. There have been significant delays in our supply routes, but fear not, the land will provide. And bring me some sunlight flowers. I can craft a soothing balm that will calm it so I can heal it.
We will endure.
Yeah, the problems are like, we're doing what is just and right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go murder more children. Sorry, it's actually worse than that. Convert children in the egg, and if they don't convert, then they die. Guys, have you thought about it? Hi, Tostamino. I hope you're enjoying the classic grind as much as you're capable of. Just tell me you're not doing the Hydraxian grind. Or the Timbermaw grind. Or the winter... Look, any of the grinds, really. Any of the vanilla grinds. I love how they're all so convinced what they're doing is right, too. The Earth gives me the might to protect this land. I have failed my earthly mission to torture and murder babies. I'm sorry, I'm just going to start affixing that to the end of everything the Primalists say. Because I feel like it's necessary context, you know. What we're doing is just and right in murdering babies. Oh, no, the Primalists are full-on zealots. If there's one thing I'll give them over the Twilight's Hammer, it's that they feel more like zealots than the Twilight did. Most of the Twilight were people who had given up. That was kind of their shtick. I looked into the dragon's eyes and felt despair, you know? That one line says a lot. And N'Zoth really used that despair in order to just crack minds into compliance. None of these people are like going through a really, really horrible time, or despair, or bleakness, or anything terrible like that. They are worse, because they are true believers in the cause. Their cause is killing babies. Slowly. No, I'm not going to let that go. We had a whole dungeon about it. The Life Pools dungeon was literally about them converting or killing babies. That's what they're doing. That's their goal. Well, that and wiping out all trace of Titan magic and order on the planet, which would also be horrific. We actually know what this planet would be like without the Titans. We've seen it twice. Once when everything was wild and elemental, and once when it was completely covered in old god flesh.
Greetings. Never back down.
Thank you, Zervalis. I'm Zerviles. God, I can't even pronounce my own name. I am certain that was unpleasant. I'm sure you would prefer to limit your task to exploring and researching, but unfortunately, sometimes we have to get our hands dirty to protect the wildlife from those who endanger it.
We will endure, never back down.
Terrific. I hope the kids will learn something from you. Where did they get the idea that we wouldn't help them? Maybe helping wildlife is part of our mission. Maybe our pedagogy needs a review.
This too shall pass.
I don't know how to pronounce that word. Zerviles, I require your assistance. I hope no one was expecting me to craft, subdue the whelp, heal, and teach these children all at once. Multitasking is overrated. You can start by using the flowers. I'll need a couple of minutes to prepare myself to heal the proto-whelp. Hopefully, the children will find this incident instructional.
Mano Ekta, my friend.
Okay. Ooh, pretty. So yeah, by the way, sorry, I should read this out loud because this is actually a fascinating bit of world building. So we used a balm to apply it to the creature's wounds, and then he used magic to speed up the healing of the balm. If you remember, we've talked about the 3 types of healing that can exist in fiction, and one of them, which is the most common type, is when all you do is accelerate the body's natural healing. So, medicine plus magic equals healing, right? That's such a tiny little tidbit, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah. This is a good time as ever to talk about the new proto-whelp model. They are adorable. I don't have much else to add to that. They are adorable. Moving on.
You bring news?
We will name it Bob! Lord Firegiggle. Baron von Swoopenbite. What? I don't know. He looks like a tough scale to me. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think in chat? Which one should we do? I'm seeing a lot of votes for Bob's. So this is purely headcanon because I don't think they ever cover this, Mr. Red. Near as I can tell, proto-dragons are functionally animals. In terms of, like, intellect, right? They have thought, they have reason, they have clutches, but they don't have language. They don't have sentience, they don't have sapience. It is actually mentioned by Nosdormu that some of them were developing sentience and sapience over time, which is... Let's just say that's relevant to War Within, and let's leave that for now. But I would say that what the Titans did to them massively accelerated that process, essentially gifting them the order necessary to be sentient, which is funny when you think about it. I just realized I actually can't talk about this without spoiling several plot points. Let's just say I think there's more going on here than it looks. Let's just put it that way. So it looks like Bob is the winner. Bob. Who suggested Bob?
Come, speak with me.
Great work. I hope the younglings learned a valuable lesson. Or a memorable one, at least. We will keep the whelpling here for a while, as I need to ascertain the best occasion for keep returning it to the preserve. I shall also make you an honorary brave researcher. Your commitment was essential for this creature's survival. I'll just advise you to tell me sooner if you see the children plotting something reckless again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must reevaluate the word I can't pronounce.
Never back down.
Children, what do we say when someone helps us? Thank you, friend. Thank you very much. Sorry for the trouble. Enjoy a positive to story. Oh, shoot. What was the name of the group?
Ora Teramus.
Kick off. Hang on. I gotta write this down. I want to write this down. Kick off initiative for Dragon Scale Scholars.
Mano Ekta, my friend.
Well, I'm trying really hard not to spoil stuff, Uthor. We're far enough forward that I kind of want to be a little bit more tight about not spoiling. Does that cat have a hat? About not spoiling things. We're at the point where several of my viewers actually haven't played this far in, and for some people this is the first time they're seeing it. So all I'll say is, I think the situation with the Proto-Drakes is more complex than it looks, and for once I think that's actually deliberate on behalf of the writers. And that's all I'll say for now. Double check something really quick here. Okay, so that's later. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's a later thing. I think that's it. I think that's it for the zone. The old god. Yeah, we started in BC, and we've been moving forward ever since. We're going to finish with launch War Within. In other words, we will not be going as far as the Risen Shore, or whatever it is. Siren Isle. We will not be doing Siren Isle, but we will be doing the 4th zone of War Within. Okay, I think that is actually everything for the Waking Owls. Although, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and turn in this one quest really quick. Yeah, Dragonflight's pretty meaty. There's a pretty good chance we'll be here for a couple weeks. Oh yeah, we're doing raids, we're doing dungeons. This is a review, and the purposes of my reviews is to cover as much as is possible, feasible, and reasonable. PFR is what I call that. Oh wow, it's actually not there for me. Interesting. Okay. That's not what I was expecting, but I can accept that. Well, the reason I was curious is it's on the map. It's right there, see? But as I realized it wasn't there, I realized I've seen that phenomenon before, and I'm just, yeah. Because I've actually seen that issue before. Alright. I think for the sake of structure... we'll do the... Where's the quest you mentioned in the Azure Reach, by the way? Because I don't remember that one. Or the Azure Span, sorry. I don't know why I called it the Reach. And I'm not ignoring you, Verlictum, sorry. I see 3 islands over here. Okay, I think I know what you're referencing. Alright. Alright. Alright, yep, nope. Alright, in that case... Yeah, the painting quest. Yep. One moment, please. So, short answer, no idea. But what I like to do is wait until more information comes out to really judge something like that. Unfortunately, it looks like there hasn't been a whole lot of information that's come out since then. Apparently that investigation is still ongoing. If you wanted my knee-jerk answer, I'd say it was staged, though. The whole thing felt too staged, for a lot of reasons. And that's my knee-jerk answer. Hello, test. 11011. Give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and pull you out of the Shadowlands. Oh my god, what are you doing in the Shadowlands, Noxaith? Get out of there! Don't make me quote Star Trek 3. Get out of there! Oh, get out of there! What? Huh? You know, one of my minorest but most consistent irritations of Shadowlands? It was even while I was going through Shadowlands. Every time you log on, if there's a calling you haven't done, every single time, it flashes at you on your minimap. Every time. Like, hey. Hey. Hey, there's a thing you haven't done. Hey.
Looking for something special?
Eat that.
May the eternal sun shine.
Galakrond's a weird one. And that's what I'm going to say about that for now. Okay, so I need to do... Oh, that's different. This. That's what I thought. I don't even have hero talents for healer. Oh, no, I do. I took Wildstalker? Why did I take Wildstalker? Oh, right. Symbiotic Blooms. What have they done to my talent tree? Oh, my God. They made it not suck. Oh, okay. Question rescinded. Oh, jeez. I don't know what I want. I mean, we've seen plenty of Protodrakes in this setting that don't have sentience or sapience. We saw a bunch up in Wrath. They didn't talk. They were just animals, which, yeah, that tracks. What up, Uthor? What horrible, horrible thought did you just have? What did they do to this frickin' talent tree? My god. I guess we'll go with some generics? Oh, jeez, I don't know what to grab. Let's get that. What? What'd they grab? I shouldn't change anything. Yep, that's out. That's out. Yeah, that's out. Okay. What's this? What? I noticed there's that new pet thing. Or mount? I'm not sure if it's a... I think it's actually a mount, now I'm saying it aloud. I was glancing at this earlier. Literally, yeah, this thing. What is this? The Harvest Hog. Also, there's a puppy with a shark outfit, I'm just saying. Or maybe it's a murloc. Anyways. So I can't. Because... Okay, yes. Right. I swear I hit go. I swear I just hit it. Okay, that. Oh, nope, that. There we go. So it changes in, please. Thank you. Okay. I saw that, Uthor. More fuel to the fire that they're slowly backporting things. Yes, Verlictum. I got this giant-ass knife. It's like this long, and I'm like... And then I scream because I've just lost most of my scalp. Then I pass out from the blood loss. And when I wake up, nice and smooth. Yeah, thanks, game. Yeah, I saw that corruption's coming back. Do you see that the enchantments are coming back too, cosmetically? I don't like any of this crap. We'll go with that. Get off my bar, get off my bar, get off my bar, get off my bar. Yeah, Twilight Devastation. Oh god.
I always have time for you.
Perfect. Yeah, no, the old gods are turbo dead. Everything's confirmed that 1,000 times over. I look forward to being proven wrong about that in a minute when the old gods are back. Oh no! We left Horde Runner in Shadowlands. No! Poor Horde Runner. We need to rescue him. Don't worry. I actually left him here on purpose. I'm really happy with this outfit, actually. Like, it's kind of wild, but no, that just works for me. I know. I'm weird. Alright, here we go. Colbury? What's the Walk of Recollection? Where's the Walk of Recollection? By the way, you see it? Do you see my minimap? Flash. Flash. Hey. Hey, did you know? Did you know? Yeah, all he's ever known is the Shadowlands. The nightmarish horror of the Shadowlands. Okay, here we go. So that's over here, it looks like. I'm just going to leave it blinking up there so you can understand how much that bothers me. Yes, you can eat the Shadowlands. There it is. Walk of Recollection. Okay. But where's... Oh, there's a steward. There's a steward. Okay, Mr. Steward. Mr. Steward. Okay, hang on. This thing really wants me to kill it. It really, really wants to die. So I'm going to make its fondest wish come true. Okay, now.
An intruder! Leave us be!
Eat up. Ooh, pretend you're not here. Yes, good. There, we've done it. We have finally fed one of those stupid fruits. Okay, let's get out of here. We're free. We're free! It's still flashing at me! Okay. Draenor is free! Sorry. This way, this way.
Is this hello or goodbye? I keep losing track. Haven't we done this before?
We should be able to. Perfect. Okay, that's all set up. Oh yeah, by the way, check it out. Sorry, I meant to comment on this earlier. Because we had a Horde Runner up in the in these things, we hadn't actually seen their character screen. This is the actual character screen for an Earthen. This would have made a good loading screen for War Within, I'm just saying. Not the, you know, the title screen when you log in. I fight for the users. Yeah, I know, I already made that joke today. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up my spreadsheets, y'all. Odd. 13 pluses to secondary quests. 3 pluses to MSQ. That sounds like Dragonflight to me. Oh, I know. I know. I need to remove that one, actually. So, since we're essentially done with the Waking Shores as far as zone reviews go, for those of you not aware, the current king of zones, as we've covered so far, is the Jade Forest back in Pandaria, which was plus 41, plus 10. The Waking Shores managed plus 41, plus 8. Hang on, I just noticed there's some positives I didn't give. I actually just noticed that. That might surpass. I'll have to do a double check. I'm actually going to cut off a little bit early today. I do apologize. I will be back after an early lunch break. And we'll go and hit the Honor and Plains up.